getting started here. We got the share my voice on the stream. The stream going. This is Andy, president of California Homebrewers Association. We're going to start a reps meeting. We haven't had one of these in a while, so I think give a round of applause for everyone who actually showed up in person. We got Daryl. Daryl's there. Where are you? Do you see Daryl? Daryl, speak. I don't know if I can hear you, Daryl. You're muted. Let me unmute you. How's that? There you go.
Muted my microphone so you can't hear me.
So we have we're doing. People have been asking for streaming this presentation for a few years now, and well, with COVID, I bought a bunch of AV equipment, so now we'll be doing this both in person and live. So today we're going to talk about Fest. We haven't had one in. It's not been 2 years. It's been 3 years. I figured we would just review everything from start to finish, Friday to subs. This is going to go on our YouTube, so everyone can see it. A good recording and a good kind of breakdown. So we'll go today first. Board members. There's a lot of new board members to meet. You're going to be interacting with these people at Fest, so it's good to meet them. We'll go through this schedule. We'll take a break for pizza. We'll have a Q&A afterwards. So I had to figure out how to do the slide deck. Advance the slide.
Also, I'll mention if anybody has any questions, go ahead and type them into whatever media you're on, and we'll address them at the end of the presentation.
Yeah. For anyone on YouTube or Facebook right now, put your questions in the chat. We will get to the questions after the break. So like I said, overview. I just did this, so we'll go to the next slide. This is a new system for us. We're learning as we're building the 747 as we start. All right. Hey, here we go. So pictures of us. So Andy Carter, president. This will load in a second. That's on my screen. So you guys have seen me around, been president since before COVID. So running the event. We have Ernie. Ernie's on up. And hey, just like when we say his name, he walks in. Ernie Brody, vice president. Ray, want to say hi, Ray? Hi, Ray. Thanks, Ray. Ray's our secretary for the association. Gabby. Gabby is still muted. She's on stream. There she is. Hey, Gabs. Let me unmute you. Say hi, Gabby.
Hi, Gabby. Hey, everyone. Yeah. Good to see you.
Got a few people. I have Dana. Dana's up in Thousand Oaks. He couldn't make it today, streaming or not. But he's in the Thousand Oaks Homebrew Club. Also in the Baltos Falcons. We got Daryl coming in live. Daryl, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you, Daryl. And then Joaquin. Where's Joaquin at? Right there. Yeah. Hi, guys. Eat that microphone. All right, great. So we're all here. So Daryl joined the board during COVID. So he's been on the board almost 2 years now. And then last year we picked up Joaquin. Joaquin's in Quaff. We picked up Joaquin and Dana. So now board members and ready to do Fest. Really, that's what we're here to do. So, okay. So Vale Lake. Who here has not gone to Fest before? Raise your hand. You got two people. No one. Oh, okay, correct. So we have a few people, a couple people, which is good. I mean, I think in general we want people that can go to Fest, but managing it, running it is a different story. So here's a map of Vale Lake. I can't use I guess I can't use the pointer here, but essentially you come in, you leave here, you leave Temecula, you leave out here, you go east, you come off the main road, then you go into this campground. All the camping is all the stuff we've booked. I believe we have booked every campsite for this event, so this is cool. And then you have the star up in the corner. That's the Fest site. So you'll be driving all the way in to the pool area, and our event is at the pool area Fest ground. We do a fenced in thing, which is the next slide. So, I think it skipped a slide. No, that's the schedule. All right, so we're going to talk first. So these all the slides after this will be the list of all these things. We're going to go bullet point by bullet point. So right now, I just have the schedule up for Friday. It's mostly about checking in and setting up the event. So we'll go to that. I can see the slides faster than YouTube can, so I'll give everyone a minute. So we're on the screen right now. This is actually literally the map I sent the ABC. By the way, we did get our ABC license, so this event is definitely happening, by the way, just so everyone knows. Thank you, Riverside ABC. So what's in the center in this red area? Well, this red area is our entire event. It's a fenced-in area. We are a 21 and up event, strictly 21 and up. You'll be checking in. You've been registering online, your SCHF registrations. and you'll be checking the event. But before that, we have to set it up. And all those blue boxes are your club booths. We set your club booths up for you. They get staked into the ground. This map also shows merch booth, main stage, that stuff. We'll go through all that. But we'll be referring to this map frequently through this discussion.
Hey, Andy, can I say something?
Please.
Just while you're here, please make sure and remind your club members, no tickets. It's got to be ahead of time online.
We're going to tell you that about 20 times today. All right. We're going to start off with volunteers. Also, I want to thank everyone that does volunteer. It's a tough gig. You want to hang out with your club, but the 2 hours you donate to get in for free, it's a huge. You really couldn't do the event without the volunteer staff. They help to clean up. They help with stringing lights. They help with the raffle booth. They help with everything. So that 2 hours, I mean, it goes a really long way. So again, thank you guys for that. So if you're new to volunteering, at the main booth, this is a picture from 2019. But basically, the main booth will look like this. There'll be a big yellow sign that says volunteers. That's where your check-in. Please check in on time. You'll probably be relieving someone else. So if you're checking in as a volunteer, please you're on time or early, if at all possible. Volunteers, Ernie?
I probably 20 volunteers that have not responded. So if you, in your clubs, if you know there's volunteers that you have, remind them to let me know. I know a lot of people, it's getting harder and harder, quite honestly, over the years, because people, it seems, are relying on emails less and less. And that's still how I'm doing it, through emails. Most, even some longtime volunteers that I have that should have responded by now have not. I really need to know. You're going to, I'll need 6 people at the check-in booth, you know, on the hour, and 3 of them haven't responded. I could not do it without those 3 people. So.
All right. So volunteers. And if you have any question about volunteer stuff, put in the chat. We'll be here. We'll answer that. Or if you're here live, we'll talk about it too. All right. Club setup. I love talking about club setup. If I tell you 2 o'clock, what are you going to want? You're going to want 1 o'clock. If I tell you 1 o'clock, what are you going to want? You're going to want noon. If I give you 6 a.m., someone's going to want 5. So what we'll tell you again, like last time, we've been working on this for many years. We've had a lot of help from our vendors in setting up the tents and booths and everything ahead of time. So our goal is 2 o'clock. Please be flexible. We haven't done this in 3 years. We're getting older and not much wiser. So if you're waiting out front with your club booth, I'm sorry, it might be 3 o'clock, but it might be 1 o'clock. We won't know until we set it up. So please, 2 o'clock is what we're looking for it. That gives you from 2 to 6. We're going to start the event at 6. We'll talk about all those times in a second. From 2 o'clock to 6 is for setup, but there's some caveats. But 2 o'clock is the number. When you show up, you will be given a club packet, a manila envelope with your club booth number. All the booths will be labeled. We have 43 booths this year. That includes the hydration station. That includes the EMT. That includes everyone. So we're about parity from last year. We lost about 7 clubs. We got about 5 clubs. We got a couple clubs with double booths. So we're about parity. So you're going to get a club packet. That packet will have a schedule. It'll have rules for pouring. It'll have probably the most important thing in that is your ice tickets. We give every club 10 tickets, 20 tickets. What's the number? 10 tickets. 5 tickets. There we are. 8.
10. Do I hear 12?
You'll be given a number of ice tickets. Those are good for 20-pound bag of ice from the ice truck, the diagram at the north end of the park. Every club's going to get this. You have to check in with us to get the tickets. We want to talk to you because load in can always be a little hectic. So you're going to get the packet. Every club, we did this in the past where we made people say who's going to pick the packet up. It's going to be whoever shows up first and claims the club name. So if ABC Homebrew Club, here's your packet. Go set up, please. That's the goal.
Well, and to clarify that a little bit more, whoever, typically it's whoever's pulling your trailers typically is going to be someone that you trust and know, and not going to be just some rummy. But that person is responsible for those ice tickets. We have them sign for those tickets, and those are them. So if whoever that person is that pulls in and signs for your tickets loses those tickets, it's on you. Ice, like everything else, our pricing to put this event on this year went up by 25. And ice is one of them. everything is done. So yeah, if you need more ice, you got to buy more ice. Watch your tickets.
You always have more ice than we would need, and some clubs use less, some clubs use more. We will sell you ice tickets at the raffle booth. Very few people buy ice tickets, but we got a good. We have a decent price on ice anywhere, but we do get the trailer and everything. So all right. So traffic flow, again, important for setup. You're gonna want to set your booth up. You haven't seen your friends in 3 years. You want to hang out and have a beer. Please don't do that. Please do that back at your campground. So when you show up, ABC Homebrew Club, please drop your stuff, get things situated, but then clear your cars out. We will remind you. You'll like I say here, I can't laser point on this, but you'll enter the main area. We'll open the big gate up. You'll be driving around counterclockwise. You'll be dropping your stuff off at your booth, your signed number, and then you'll be driving out the back about the other side of the pool area. The diagram doesn't show an open gate, but there will be an open gate out there before we start. But just please drop your stuff off and then proceed. I mean, I get it. We want to hang out and everything, but we also want to keep it. It looks like there's a lot of space there, but then once you put cars and pop-ups and stuff, there's not a lot of space. There's huge, gigantic tree roots. It's a mess. So please. Ice tickets every hour, half hour. Great. Well, remember, it's just like riding a bike going to Fest. So those ice tickets, like we said, it'll start at 2:30 p.m. So as soon as if you're early bird, get in there, set up. You want to ice your kegs down, get those stabilized. We'll have a volunteer at the ice truck. They'll open the back gate. Tickets for bags. Simple as that. Once they don't see anyone, that volunteer is vamonos, right? Yep. So be there on time. Don't be like, oh, it's 2:50. Well, that wasn't on the hour and the half hour, was it? So just get in line and get the ice, again, as it gets closer to pouring time and stuff, especially for Friday night. I'll just say this, it's kind of a sidebar. If your club is planning on Friday night, show up early, get situated, and get those kegs done. Get them ready, because if you're going to pour at 6, you got to be ready. So booths. Okay. Well, I know there's a few clubs streaming this have not poured before, and why we're going to do this whole rundown is to remind those to teach those clubs the new club stuff. But what does it mean? You have a booth. So let's just talk about the physical structure real quick. So we have a fence. The fence is ABC stuff. We have fence in because we're 21 and up. We can't have anyone just jump in the fence or whatever. Though I will say someone did jump the fence, and we are watching for you now. That fence is fixed in the ground. 10 feet off of that is your space, your holy line of demarcation to put your cold box, your whatever you have to serve your beer out of. That's where you put your stuff. That 10-foot, we'll try to keep that as much as possible for the entire booth. Sometimes there's trees and stuff in the way that we have to avoid, but that 10 feet is yours. The club booth, those boxes say club, that's the thing that gets staked in the ground. You cannot move that. I know in the past we've had issues with, I need to be near this club or that club, or I need to be physically adjacent. We're working on that a spreadsheet will go out to make sure we're not screwing anyone with my cold box needs to be literally next to this club. That kind of thing. We'll work on that. But these booths tend to be actually touching, because what we do is we string rope lights throughout the entire park with some caveats. That is so you can see at 9:00 at night and not trip over something. So the booths have to actually be close together. In front of the booths, a lot of people like to put up shade. It gets hot out there. So in the past, we've gone between only pop-ups where there's not natural shade. We're being a little easier on that. You can have a pop-up. What we're not going to tolerate, and we will come around, is do not put furniture out in front of your booth. Do not put a martini bar out in booth. I know you want your Bloody Mary mix and everything. That's another case of really hard to walk around Fest. People are out there. That just becomes a problem. So yeah, you want your sense. It's going to be hot out, but please know high tops. This is not Wild Barrel Brewing. Thanks again, Wild Barrel Brewing, for having us here. So that's how the setup works. So this will all be set up for you ahead of time. Shuttle service. So question in the gallery. All the tents are 10 by 10. So there's 10 feet in back. You have your 10-foot, your standard pop-up in front if you want it. So there's 30 by 10 feet is your little rental area for the weekend. Yeah. Oh yeah. So sorry, I think I should have mentioned that. Yeah. So the question was, what do we give you when you other than your pop-up? So the pop-up goes and string these lights. That's kind of the reason you don't do your own pop-up. We give you a table. That's it. We used to give you chairs. Some people used to steal the chairs. We didn't like that so much. Not cool. And they've stolen the tables. Ernie and I will walk and count every single table the day before. We will count every single table the day after. And so, hey, don't steal, guys. Not cool. Unsportsmanlike. Go ahead. Yeah. So good question. So the question was, the map that we just showed is only rough for the ABC. We have a scale map, and the question was specifically, we saw clubs and vendors kind of jut out into the center. That'll happen again, just the sheer number. What it really matters is that map is very dynamic, because what we find is there's more trees, there's more roots, there's more whatever. And so we try to put everyone on the perimeter, but sometimes we have to go in. So we kind of hook around inside. So shuttles. So we do a shuttle service throughout Vale Lake, both days. Just makes it easier. You don't have to walk so far and stuff. And so that will start at 5. Just like before, same company, the school buses. Yeah, and so we don't have a posted schedule here. This is just for show. This is kind of just notional. It won't be different than any time in the past. We're not planning on changing any of that stuff.
Andy, for people who come from hotels, the shuttle schedule.
That'll be, I will talk about a hotel shuttle schedule. There is only one coming in, one shuttle from Temecula Saturday. So nothing on Friday. So shuttles is only on-site shuttles. All right, check-in. This is where we start to really talk about stuff. So we have a festival check-in procedure. So like I said, we're going to try to check you in, or try to start the booth process at 2, 2 to 3. The transition period, we have a licensed event. Again, this is an ABC licensed event, 21 and up, from 6 to 9 on Friday, 11 to 9 on Saturday. About an hour before the license times, we will start to be kind of thinning the crowd out inside, because we're going to eventually lock the gates. So what you're going to need to do is, say you show up at 2 and your booth set up, good to go, leave, come back. If it's like 4:35 and you're rolling in, we're really going to be on you to drop and leave, because we need you ID'd, wrist, and back in the fest. In the past, what we've done is clear the site, like literally get everyone out. That became kind of a mess. What we're doing now is 5:15. We're going to tell you to get a wristband, go check in, and then you can come back in, and then we know how many people are here. And then eventually we're not going to let anyone in without a wristband, and then we'll open the event up. It's pretty simple. We just need to make sure the event is 21. We have pretty strong rules. I've asked about, what about a baby? What about this? No way, not happening. So 21 and up is 21 and up. Getting checked in. Let's do a reminder here. Everyone's taking their RBS course, right? Everyone, beverage server. Well, we'll talk to some clubs that haven't submitted one yet, but a valid ID is all you get. That's what we need. Valid IDs are in date. Valid IDs are state IDs, driver's licenses, passports, military IDs. They are not your Lowe's card. They are not your Home Depot card. They are not your Black Amex. Those are not valid IDs.
It's not cash.
Not cash, not Bitcoin, not best. Maybe the club Bitcoin, I don't know. So the point being is, remind your club members, again, we said again, we were going to say it at least 20 times a day, remind your club members they have to register for Fest online. They cannot do it in person. They must bring a valid ID. I know it's like, I look 75, I'm definitely 21 up. No, we have to still make sure it's you, because you have to be a club member. You have to be a member of the CHA to attend this event. You need to have an SCHF registration. This is the nature of the license of the private party. So again, valid IDs. Go ahead. Here.
So this is an interesting situation that we've got right now. So we're 3 weeks away, right? 3 weeks away from Fest. We've not ever sold out this many campsites at Vale Lake ever before. So everyone is there. Everyone that wants to go to Fest has already booked their campsites. We have the lowest gate we've ever had in 6 years. So
let's caveat that. What by gate he means number of tickets sold, number of registrations sold to date is low compared to any other year before. Obviously, there's convening, interacting circumstances, but just to remind everyone, we're at the lowest number of tickets or registrations we've sold to date. So
what that means is there's a lot of people that, because I don't think anyone's going to go and camp and not go to Fest. So in your clubs, you've got a lot of people that probably because of COVID and all the crazy, antics that's happened in the past 2 years, they're dragging their feet to buy their admission. Kick them in the ass. Buy the admission. Get your ticket. You can't get it the day of. And we know the number's going to go up, but we need it to go up sooner rather than later.
So one thing I tell people is you guys are obviously here because you guys actually like doing what you guys are doing, camping out over there. We have a good thing. Let's make sure that we keep it going. Let's make sure that we actually have this event for many years to come. So remind your club members, and let's just try to actually make sure that everything is in the up and up, so that we don't have to actually start begging the state of California for a rule change like it happened a while us to actually meet again.
Yeah. So. Yeah, definitely. We got to get those registrations. We can talk about that. We will remind everyone. There'll be more emails and stuff. I do find that the sending emails out helps people get the registration numbers. Anyways, let's get back to planning. So, like I said, check in valid IDs, pretty standard. Again, nothing we're going to talk about today is any different than any previous year. We're just reminding everyone of what's going on. All right, next slide is when we start. So, we've checked. Your clubs have set it up. You're I guess that's a good thing to think about. If your club is like, well, we're not going to set up Friday, we'll set up Saturday. You're allowed to set up Saturday. Don't get me wrong. There's just less time to set up. It's better to set up Friday, in my opinion. But if you can't show up, there's be time on Saturday. So 6 p.m. is when the license starts. So 21 and up again. I think we get this question quite a bit. If you're a homebrew club and you're ready to go, you're fully allowed to pour Friday night. We recommend it pour Friday night because our pro brewers really get slammed pretty hard. And I see a lot of times people will go to the pro brewers, see it, the land is crazy, and then just walk to a club. Yeah, we got people waiting for you. And we'll check in 800, 1,000 people Friday night, easy. So there'll be a ton of people there. So like I have this box here, Pro Pour in the corner. That's where all the pro breweries. We have 6 pro breweries right now. We've announced a few of them. We have a few more to announce in about a week or so, waiting for a couple of confirmations. But yeah, go for it. There'll be more pouring rules, but basically you're pouring for samplers. We'll give you today's glass about 5 or 6 ounces. It's a smaller glass this year. There has been some supply chain issues getting glassware. But the glassware did arrive. They did arrive early. That was my requirement. I told I was going to a different company unless the glassware is going to arrive by March 31st. Go ahead. 6. Yeah, 6. We usually get 6. 3 is back at Casitas. 6 is basically our maxing out of that space before it's too crowded. Yeah, 6. Yeah, we had some good people coming this year. It's a good number. Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah. That question was how many pro breweries are coming this year? He thought 3. It is 6. It is 6 pro breweries. So like I said, 6 to 9 is our pouring time pro and homebrew. Bragging rights competition, BRO. This is actually what is different this year than previous years, slightly. So if you have your bragging rights beer, that's the Belgian Pale Ale this year. For all the real Belgian nerds, the Pale Ale, the rare Pale Ale that you can get. You gotta drop that off near the merch booth. There'll be a CHA pop up. You'll be dropping your bottle off there or your growler, whatever rules say. A couple bottles, cans. We love cans, I guess. We'll need the beer, of course, the club, and who is entering it, the actual person, first and last name of who entered it. We have about an hour to drop it off. Just be mindful. Like we're gonna 7 o'clock. We're packing that gate up. We're going to judge those beers immediately. So please get it in on time. What is different about this year? I'll just talk briefly about bragging rights, and then we have this we have called the SCHF Club of the Year. We're going to call it CHA Club of the Year going forward. This is something we're new. We're trying out. We'll be giving that award out on that Saturday. Competition valid for points for that, and actually a vast majority of your points will be coming from this competition. Unlike previous bragging rights competitions where we only named the winner, we gave the winning club a big flag that says bragging rights winner out front. We'll actually have a first, second, and third place club for this competition. So highly recommend every club enter this. I think it's a really fun one. We love judging it. We used to not judge it. We used to make the pro brewers judge it, and we love judging it. It's a lot of fun to see everyone pour and then go try the beer out at the event. So highly recommend entering. You can make a good BPA 3 weeks, I think so. All right. The schedule, we'll have live music that night. DJ's playing. We'll end at 9. We'll do last call around 8:30. We'll come around and say, hey guys, start powering down, start disconnecting kegs. You want to disconnect kegs, that kind of thing. There'll be shuttle service after, and then we'll probably be very done at 10. I mean, I'm guessing in previous years, I remember people pretty much clear out by 9:10. People are pretty receptive about it. So, and yeah, it's a long day next day, so don't go too crazy Friday night. I mean, pace yourself, and hey, go do whatever you want at your campground. That's outside my purview. So, yeah. So we'll lock the gates. Everything gets locked up. There's lights all night, so there's good security there. But yeah, but start to power down around 8:30. All right, Saturday. This is the big dog. So Saturday schedule, 7 a.m. setup. That's basically when the gates will open up. You don't need to have a wristband. You don't need to, like I said, you don't need to have anything to be in the event at that time because we're not licensed. Again, we'll be like doing a clear out 30 to 45 minutes ahead of time, but we'll go through these line by line again. Some of these are repeats, but we'll go through them all. So yeah, we said 7 a.m. A board member will open the gate up so you can drive in, open up both gates around. Finish up setting Friday. If you're just setting Saturday, it's fine. One thing we had in the past, which again causes the headaches and the traffic stuff, is don't serve any beer at this time. Wait for the licensed event, or if you're going to serve a beer, go back to your campground. Don't be like tapping beers and stuff. We're not on license. It's going to be a crowd. It creates just more things to worry about. So just set up and go. Wait for serve until 11. If you're clearing lines out, I get it, but just don't serve early, please. Ice 9:30 every hour on the half hour. So right when you get up, it won't be at the beginning because this is a volunteer position, so it's when the volunteers start. But again, we'll have ice again and again every half hour. Please be on time. If the person doesn't, what is the rule? What is the volunteer rule if they don't see anyone?
They leave.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
and ice is always a big one. People show up Friday, and this year I saw, and I forget what club it was doing the keg koozies, and that was a cool thing. But this happens every single year, and it's a real pain in our ass. We get it. You've made a transport. You've got your beers. You're worried about your beers. You want to keep them cold. But just because we're giving some free ice to you does not put the onus on us. You should have those kegs cold or kept cold or somehow safe for the journey. This is our gift to you through your purchase of admission. You get some ice, but I have to have a volunteer in the ice truck to distribute the ice bags. So you have to be patient and understanding. You should ice down best you can Friday night. So it's already done on Saturday. Like we said, we know some clubs can't get there until Saturday, and we understand that. But the best we can do on Saturday morning is a 9:30 distribution of ice. So that's what it looks like Friday morning. So don't come crying, I need ice, I need ice. We get it, you need ice, but that's what time it happens.
Uh-oh. Not on the AV equipment. Come on. No. That's why we hire professionals for the actual event to do AV. Mandatory. Oh, we got Peanut Gallery. What's up? We have 9:30 and 10:30, right? So two slots.
No, but to clarify that, and I'll just yell.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is for the internet. Ernie, this is for the internet. Ernie, this is for the internet.
Okay,
I'm gonna hold it here.
Oh, okay. You hold it there. Ice will be distributed, especially Friday nights and Saturday morning when the majority of the ice goes out. Ice will be distributed as long as someone needs ice. As long as clubs are coming up and there's still a and people need ice and you've got tickets, you'll get ice. We just keep giving it. As soon as there's no one waiting for ice, I got volunteers that I could use to do something else. We shut the gate and then we use them somewhere else. But if there's on Saturday morning, big time for ice, we'll stay there for 2 hours straight, maybe.
Yeah, it's not that it will end. It's not that the ice will end. It's just just be there. Don't say like, oh, I'll roll at 10 because they said 9:30. Be there at 9:25. Yeah, Friday ice. We will let's talk about it. We'll talk about front desk, not the merch booth. Let's talk. Okay, we're gonna keep going. The main thing, the question behind us was, how can I get more ice? We will figure out a system at the front gate, not at the merch booth. Merch booth is kind of shut down, kind of in setup mode. There'll be some way of getting ice at the front desk if you need ice, but we will come up with a better answer to that. We don't have. That's a logistical thing we were working on overtime. And in the end of the day, the question about ice Saturday morning, I know there's a rush. It's not that we're going to abandon you, but you got to be there to tell us that you need ice. You can't need ice at 10. You need ice at 9:25. That's the point. All right. 11 a.m. fest start. Much like Friday, 10:30. I'm going to be looking for wristbands and be kicking people out that don't have wristbands and be kicking out babies that don't have wristbands because they can't get a wristband. No strollers, no hazies, no babies. So yeah. Any case, we're going to clear it like every time we clear it out. But 11 is a pretty hard start. We're going to get going. The bragging rights competition, we're going to get everyone with announcements immediately. So be ready. I mean, like I said, we're going to check in most people Friday night. It shouldn't be a big deal Saturday. It's people just like stragglers, hangers on. But we'll start at 11. And I said, 11, 10-ish. Steve Castleman will play. I love his songs he starts the fest out with. But we'll announce bragging rights winner. We'll put the flag out for the bragging rights winner. It's the first, second, third bragging rights winners. We have talks. This is an educational event. We have 2 speakers this year. Ed Hehouse. Ed gave, when we did streaming, the Safer at Home Brewing stream on YouTube in 2020, he gave a little bit rundown on draft tech and troubleshooting. He'll be back in person, do some live draft tech troubleshooting. It's been a great talk. He's a really great speaker. And we have Julia Hers from the AHA, the president or executive director from the AHA, What's Hot in Home Brewing. This is great. Really happy to have her out at the event. And then there'll be a little bit of a break to set up the band, but the Falcons band is back in action. They'll be doing a quick hour set at under the main booth, main stage. So definitely check them out if you've not heard them before. In general, the sound and stuff, it does carry through the event, so you should hear it. But it's good to be in the main stage with the dance floor and everything. It'll be a lot of fun. The Boil Over. This is the name I coined back in 2019 to kind of make the raffle time a little different. So for those that have about the raffle very briefly, so as a fundraising element of this event, we're a nonprofit. We're allowed to have a game of chance, not a game of skill. Though you could buy a lot of tickets and it kind of becomes a game of skill at that point. But we'll have a raffle. The crown jewel of the raffle is a 3-vessel single tier propane system provided by Brewers Hardware. It's pretty nice. We've done that one since 15, 16. We've been doing it for 5, 6, 7 years now. I mean, we've done 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So really nice system, really, really well built system. That's the grand prize. We'll have a host of stage prizes. Ray, should we tell them, but maybe some hints? Should we give them some guesses? So maybe you give a couple. I'll give a couple. You give a couple.
I'm not going to tell you which my truck is out in the parking lot, but there's a 10-gallon spike kettle.
10-gallon spike kettles in the mix. I called some friends up from Santa Rosa. They may be donating some 3-liter bottles of some special beers. So maybe some breweries donating some bottles. There may be some interesting guys on Instagram that may make jokes about home brewers, but donating some T-shirts. So we have some prizes. We called some maltsters, fresh sacks of malt. I mean, these dates will be literally malted weeks before the event. They're probably being malted right now for us. So we have some really cool stage prizes those will be given out. And then the bulk of those tickets will go to what we call the bag prizes. You've seen these in the past. We give out about 75 to 100 bag prizes. Those will be tote bags. This year, I think we're looking towards getting everyone like a 4-pack of beer, some gifts, yeast, merch, whatever we can. So all these prizes are going to be really, really nice. There will be prizes in those bags that'll be worth more money than the stage prizes. But hey, I like to do it that way. So raffle's a lot of fun. We'll be selling raffle tickets out all day throughout the event from around starting to about 2 when we do the raffle. But there'll be more rules on site. But we have some really cool raffle prizes. In any case, that's the boil over. So what we do during the boil over, it's always been the raffle before. But this year we will also have the I'll just say be there. We have a lot of cool stuff happening during SR and the boil over. So I don't want to get into it. Who knows about it? Well, the board knows what we're doing, but we have some cool stuff. I'd say this is a not miss part of the day. So this is the back Saturday. So we've done the raffle. We have our bands. I don't think I have. Yeah, this is just by itself. So we have two excellent bands. Catfish played in 19. They were excellent. 18? No, just 19. No, they played 19. We tried to get them in 20. We didn't play 20. They played in 19. It was great. And they have Crack House. I believe it's been tried to play in the past, but we've not got them before. But we locked those guys down. They're really good. They're a lot of fun. And then like Saturday or like Friday night, we're going to close the gate. We're going to do around 8:30. Start powering the booth down. Stop service. And then, it's lights out or, ending the event at 9 o'clock, clear out. So earlier we talked about shuttles. So there's a shuttle, shuttle service Friday, shuttle service Saturday. There will be one shuttle from Temecula and then back to Temecula. That's it. One in, one out. Usually we leave from the Motel 6. We'll probably Motel 6 again from Old Town, closest one. Recently we've done a $0 shuttle reservation. So if you're coming to the event, you're like, oh, I miss camping, I don't have a club, and you're going to go into town, there'll be that shuttle. That shuttle's free, but it's first come, first serve. I will say we've sold maybe only 20-30% of that shuttle sold. I mean, reserved $0 tickets to the shuttle. You don't pay for it. But if we see an uptick in that attendance or we need another shuttle, we have no problems getting a second one. We'll buy another one. We'll put it out there, right? We want the main thing, like we said about responsible beverage service, is we also want people to get home safe. That's why it's a camping event. That's why it's all day. It's in and out, right? It's to be flexible. We don't want anyone driving there and not being able to get back home. So there is, of course, Ubers and Lyfts and stuff, but they'd be kind of dicey out there. That's why we do the shuttle. So like I said, if you're listening to this and you're like, I want to go to Fest, but I can't get a campsite, I'm going to do a hotel. If you guys sell out all of my $0 shuttle reservations, we'll get another shuttle. No problem. Don't worry about it. So Sunday. Oh, what an auspicious day. Okay. So we will get up as early as possible to open up the gates, the main gate, to get you guys out, because I'm guessing most people want to leave. So I would say, get ready to leave Saturday night, power down. We'll get those gates open as soon as possible. There's no rules, no wristbands, no nothing. We'll just open the gates up. We'll clear out. But again, that counterclockwise flow of people out of the event. And just, leave the table. Please leave the table. Don't take the pop-up. Don't take the table. And then we'll just be, as you leave, we'll be taking the string lights down and all that kind of stuff. And we do offer if you already got a volunteer position, but there's less time on volunteers for Sunday, if you're willing to do the Sunday.
Let me say something else about Sunday. So I have 5 of those 3-yard dumpsters that you see, the green dumpsters, distributed around the festival site. Please, when you're cleaning up and tearing down your booth, please trash yourself out. I mean, get rid of your own trash. Put your trash in the big trash can. We have some of those small ones that are next to trees and stuff, but by this time, typically they're overflowing. If you guys leave old bags of ice and crap under your tent, I have to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it Sunday. I'm half hungover anyway. So please take care of that for us.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of in the sense of camping, pack out what you bring. I mean, it is just more work for our volunteers. And then eventually the last line of defense is the board members cleaning up. Right. So there is a lost and found, and I do actually, this is just kind of popped in my head out of nowhere. We do a lot of items in my lost and found right now. So if you show up at Fest and like, hey, I lost this 3 years ago, I might have it. But we do a lost and found at the CHA booth. We have a branded CHA pop-up. So if there's a lost and found, just remember that if you find anything, if we find something, we're going to throw it in the box, and then, someone's got limits. All right. The final here, again, we've only done it 3 or 4 times. We needed 15 more of these reminders in here. So yeah. So no, RBS certs. Guys, we do this. We'll do it with pizzas, 20-minute time. Daryl asked if we should do some questions. We'll field some questions. Daryl, can you hear this? Can you put those questions? Send me a text, because the slide deck is kind of screwed up right now. Anyways, he could also speak them. Yeah, that's true. He's on. Okay, cool. So RBS certifications. We take alcohol service really, really, really seriously. This is above and beyond what we do for our license. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We don't have to do this, but this want us to be above board, because we have basically 40 bars pouring all day. So if you've not done the cert yet, please do that. There's about 9 clubs that have not submitted the cert yet. You need that by April 15th. I'm coming after you if I don't see that cert. Daryl's on the online right now. Daryl's been organizing that. We need that cert. Daryl, you want to say anything about the cert?
I want to say don't wait until the last minute to do it. If you don't have one, you have to get the training and then take an exam from the ABC. But it can take up to 48 hours before the ABC gets the information that you've completed training and lets you take the exam. So if you wait until Wednesday at 10 o'clock at night to do it, you're not going to get certified before the end of the day. So make sure that you address that.
Thanks. So again, SCHF is, yeah, pizza's here. Perfect. Drop them off. I will sign for those in a second. So we have pizza actually. We're gonna probably break earlier, Daryl. So we have pizza just arrived. So SCHF is a members only event. You need to get membership and then registration. People have been asking, is it sold out? I don't see anything. I don't see any. I don't see any posts or anywhere at that. It's not sold out. Please get a membership. Please register for Fest. Registration will close like April 27th, April 28th. Again, nothing on site. No, I will not take your money. I will not. No begging, no borrowing, no pleading.
Let's give a reminder. So how many of you, I know most of you, but how many of you were around in 2014 when the fest was at Casitas? Okay, right? So we're old school. And you remember it was squashed in 14. That's why we do this, because they've really got a hard on. And if we give them anything to look at, they're going to say that you guys are doing this below board, and they can try to squash the fest again. That's why we're doing it so hard. That's why we can't have any kind of admission sold at the gate. And we all have to be, at least one person from every club has to be a responsible beverage service. That's what it is.
So yeah, the law changed a little bit. It's changing currently. It changed prior to COVID, and then they pushed it. Originally, there was a certification that was more open-ended. Now it's registered with the state and everything. So if you're actually a bartender in the state, you need to have the cert. For our event, we're just trying to get the training out there. So you guys, really, it kind of goes 2 ways. One is for our event, but one's the events you do outside of it. It's to really get you guys up to speed. And when you go to a big party, our event in general is good. I mean, people are responsible. They pace themselves. They're not out there to just get drunk. You're going to go to events out there. If you serve beer at nonprofit events, you're going to go to events where people are going to want to just drink, and then you have to deal with that. And this training is that point of it. It's trying to help you guys out when you're out to and pour nonprofit events. So I'll just say it again. We're going to find people. I didn't register. What do I do? You're not getting in. You're going to be at your campground. So, yeah.
And one more comment
so with
about
that,
the RBS certification. When you get certified, it's good. The new one is good for 3 years. So if you come back, it'll cover you for 23 and 24 as well.
Yeah, it used to be 2 and 3 years. Now all of them are 3 years completely. So
Yeah.
with that, we are at 12:10. We're going to take a break here. I'm with the royalty-free chill music on. You want to do room questions before we do pizza? Okay. Anyone in the room here have a question?
Andy, can I give you 2 questions from online in case people here don't want to stick around for pizza?
Daryl, one second. We have a room question. What was so repeat the question.
RBS training on Saturday.
So Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. So an hour before the event, we do, I think this slide I went too fast. I'll remind everyone. Yeah, I'll remind everyone right now. So we do, obviously we said we need this registration. The certificate needs to be online and filed, right? 10 a.m. We have a guy, it's a retired police officer, police officer. Where is he? Oh, he's here. I couldn't recognize him. He is hiding. He's changed his facial hair a couple times. We'll do a very quick rundown, but we really want all the clubs to have that one person there seeing that, because it's that check-in, that refresher to do it. So everyone's got to be there. If you don't show up, you're going to have to answer to me. You don't want to have me around looking for you. So show up. Please show up. It is a big deal. And thanks again for doing it, because it is a good reminder. So thank you. Yeah. So the question was fest registration. What's the last day? So what we do is I shut it off on the website and I print the list. So usually I'll just do it the 28th, the day before, because I do it the 27th, and then people call me. So
and that's super kind. I want to say we used to shut it off 2 weeks prior to the event, and this guy's like, and I wouldn't do it if I was in his shoes. I'm like, I'm printing that list out a week in advance, but he's like, nah, I'm good. So, but push your people, get your admissions. We don't know why the admissions are so low, but we know the people are out there. Have them sign up. Let's get this done.
There's no more discounting. It's just time to sign up. So, any other room questions? Anyone physically here questions? Yeah. About 900 paid, and then a couple hundred comps. So like 100 volunteers, 100 comps, that kind of thing. So 900, something like that. Where we should be at. We should be today. We should be about 12, and then get to 15. Where we ramp up. So we'll see. Any other room? I know Daryl's got some questions online. Daryl, go ahead, Daryl. Wait, hold on. Was there another question in the room? No. Oh, yes, there was. One question in the room. Go ahead. RBS will be 7 minutes. 7 minutes. You can definitely get this done. Please show up. Please, and 10 o'clock is 10 o'clock.
Someone put a clock on.
All right. Really quick. Wait, hold on. I know everyone wants to take a break. Let's go, Daryl. Daryl, do a couple, and then we'll break for food. Go ahead, Daryl.
I've got 3, hopefully quick questions. First one I have is from David Velasquez. Can they sell club merch at the event?
Yes, you can sell merch at your booth. We don't care.
And how will they get a hold of the schedule? Will we be sending out the schedule after the meeting?
The schedule for the event is posted on our website, calhomebrewers.org. It's listed there. We update it constantly if there's a change in like a flip in a brewery or a talk. We'll also have a brochure when you check in. We should have an actual physical twofold that when you drive into the event, you'll get one for your club, your campsite. It'll actually just run everything down, so you have a physical copy. But yeah, it's on the website. It's probably not going to change at all.
And when dropping off beer for bragging rights, how much should be dropped off? Do you need multiple bottles, a growler?
I had to look it up. Sorry. It's on the website. All the rules for bragging rights are on the site. But it comes down to 3 12-ounce bottles or cans, or 2 bombers, or a growler. But keep in mind, if you turn in a growler, you're not getting it back.
Yeah. We keep the growler. That's
all I have.
All right, another question from the room.
And if you guys can repeat the questions from the room so that we know what it is, and make sure that you have them up.
Right now, pro brewers. Yeah, what are the pro brewers? A pro pour night. Right now, we've announced Radiant Brewing, Company. Someone help me here. Homebrew, Ballast Point Homebrew Mart, 5 Suits, 8-Bit Brewing, Liberation. So 6 breweries right now. Go ahead. Yep. Great question. The question's about camping and how does camping work, and if we want to camp extra nights. The CHA is not involved whatsoever with your camping experience. You have to go through Vail Lake to reserve sites before and after and block off the time. So if you call today and you say we're at the Homebrewers, they will let you pick a number. Right now, how the KOA website works is you book for a type of site, not a specific site number. So I would call and say, I want site 123. I will caveat this. You will find, I want to get Thursday night. It might already book because someone is camping until Thursday night. That's not a part of our event. So watch out. If you have a big site, like Long Beach has a big site, 10 of those sites have been booked to Thursday for something else before our event. So call ahead.
Before our event, they do a lot of bicycle events up there, mountain bike race, races or whatever. That event is happening right before our event. So like in my sites, I'm up in Chardonnay. They're not available until Friday. So I'm camping in another site 2 nights to set this up. So you may find if it's after our event, you might be okay. But if it's before our event, you might have a hard time. But call them and find out.
Yeah, call in. And there's the group's director is Jolie. Her name is Jolie. She helps out managing our event. She's really nice. She's really sweet. She will help you out and like coordinate everything. There'll be another email going out to remind everyone to send in the name, first and last name of who's on your campsite, to have a name, because they want a name up in the front booth to like when you drop in. Yeah, we'll hit that one in the back. Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyone else? Room? I think people really are hungry. All right, we're just gonna do a room. Oh, pizzas now. All right, we're gonna take a break on. So 15, 20-minute break. Grab some food. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back. Okay, we are back. We're gonna do a quick 5-10 minute, rehash any questions. I can't change the slides. The slide deck got locked up on the old stream, so we can't update typed in, but we will take them here. So I think Daryl come in on a second if he's got new questions, but let's just go. I mean, I'm sure people had stuff in person. Anyone here that's actually here live have a question that we want to ask? Anyone? No more cues. Hold on. I'm going backwards. Hold on. So no one here? Okay, we have a question, and we have a couple in the back, way in the back. Go ahead. So I'll repeat that. Yeah, I'll repeat that, and it's a good party to go to. So but we have fest and everything like that, but we also have people doing stuff at their campsites. So Andy Gamelin does Society of Barley Engineers, Society du Lambic up at Rincon. O'clock, you say 7 o'clock. I hear there's a fest going on at the same time. Interesting. But no, it's a great event. I love Andy. Namesake notwithstanding. It's a big the outrageous homebrew share. It's a lot of fun. Fourth one at this time. I think fourth, right? Awesome. All right. Friday night, 7 o'clock. Conflicts with another concurrent event, but it's a fine. Go ahead. Yes. Yeah, no, we'll do that. So that's a good question. So the question was about this check-in process, packets and stuff. When you first drive in, you have to check in with Vail to get a campsite. You're going to get something from them. It's probably going to be like parking passes and stuff, but we also slide in a little brochure, a little single fold that has like schedule, time, stuff like that. When you as a club show up and drop your booth off and drop off everything to actually do the event, you're going to get a club packet from us that has booth number, ice tickets, other stuff like that. So there are like two things. So one comes from Vail Lake proper, one comes from us.
I think the question is, where will that be
done? No, like when you're driving and like your car is coming in, you're going to see someone with a bunch of manila envelopes saying, "What club are you? Here's your packet."
And to clarify that, so some years we've done it and some years we haven't, to where we've given Vail Lake one of our little flyers, which has a schedule of events. This year we're planning on doing that if we print enough. But you should get one on check-in as you come through the, off the main road going in. What Vail Lake does on that weekend is they set up an easy up for us so they can check us in quicker, because it's the entire cart on Friday. We get some people in on Thursday, but most people come in on Friday. And so they set up that booth under an easy up, go into the main office, and you have to give them your name, club name, and name in each site. And we need to make sure that all of the clubs, if you're a club that has reserved 10 sites, let's say, there has to be a specific name on each one. Sites has to be done. You can't roll in and say, "I'm with Meisters of the Bruniverse," right? And well, there was 8 of those down here. They don't know what to do with that, and you'll end up in a backlog of traffic. And that's what we need to avoid. So you have to do that.
I'll be sending another email out to the reps. Of course, I'll be sending you multiple emails, but one of them will say an email address of the group's email for Vail, and it's basically simple. What campsite number are you? How many days do you plan on camping? What's the first and last name of that person? And then they'll be packet ready. Like I mentioned earlier, and I'll repeat it. Many campsites, while we're Friday, Saturday, it might be already booked Thursday. It might already booked Monday, Tuesday. So just call ahead, make sure. Calling and asking for Jolie. She manages, again, the group sites, manages our kind of event more or less. Just talk to them, give them the campsite number and book it. It's hard to do that online. The only thing you book online is really those cabins. By the way, who's getting a cabin? I got to see one of these things. I know these things look awesome, by the way. So we got a couple Long Beach guys getting a cabin. These cabins look awesome. I'm very excited for these. So who has no power? All right. Anyone else? We're going to wrap this up quick. Go ahead. Question. Yeah, list of. So there's there's a question again about list of campers. So Vale Lake runs all the camping. There is someone that manages large groups. Her name is Jolie. There'll be an email address I'll give you on the CHA reflector, the reps reflector. You email that email address, your campsite numbers and names, first and last names of a person. Because when you check in, you're going to say site 123 Joe Smith. They want all of that to give you a check-in. So it'll be an email. Yeah. The club packet, yeah. Yeah. There'll be someone waiting to give you a club packet. Yeah, exactly. You'll see manila envelopes. Go for it. Yeah. Club check-in. There'll be manila envelopes. I'll make sure they're manila. I don't know. Shoot, I got to buy the right envelopes. Okay. There'll be a bunch of envelopes. There'll be someone waiting for you. A board member, one of us seven will be waiting there to hand you the packet. So anyone's going once. Whoop.
Did you have in your deck, did you have a slide of the Saturday times?
Yeah.
Pull it back up again.
That'd be a real pain. It'll be a pain in the butt. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. I just got this running. I got it running barely this morning. Okay. I'm on Secret Beach, 2 hours sleep time. So anyone else in the room? No one once, going twice. All right, guys. Let's thank Wild Barrel Temecula once again for hosting this. This was awesome. Really appreciate it. With that, we're going to head to Vail. We're going to hang out for a bit. We're doing some stuff in the trailer. Anyone's welcome to hang out, see Vail. If you've never seen if you have not seen the area that by the pool will be out there, just stay with their homebrew event. They'll let you give you a day pass. Just ask for just a temporary use pass when you show up. We'll be rolling there shortly. And yeah, other than that, we're going to see you guys very shortly. We're very excited. 3 years in the making. Yeah. Thank you guys for showing up. Really appreciate everyone being here in Wild Barrel everywhere. Oh, one last question. Yeah. Yeah. We know about that. One of the things we've been working on for a while is fixing the membership benefits of CHA. It's one task. Yeah, we know. Yeah. Thank you. But we're working on it. Yeah. It's a thing we've been working on. It's one thing we're working on. Yeah. So I like it. All right. With that, guys, thank you guys so much. We will see you so shortly. Thank you, everyone.